Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. So Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, streaming live. At 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Cowboys, Commanders. Then at 4:30, you've got Lions, Vikings. Midwest football, playoff stakes, and probably some snow. Watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can enjoy. Open some gifts, grab some food, settle in, and watch NFL Live on Netflix this Christmas Day.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Open forum when it comes to the telephones tonight. Dominic Carter here with you. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. 800-848-9222. The number to reach me live right now this Christmas week. 800-848-9222. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik not running for governor nor for re-election. One topic. Topic number 2. I never thought I would say this, but starting in 9 days, just 9 days, I will miss New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Was he perfect? Absolutely not. But is he a million times better than Mamdani? Absolutely yes. It begs the question, when you think about it, what are we in store for the next 4 years at a minimum, possibly 8? It seems like, here's the point I'm trying to make, seems like common sense, being a moderate, certainly when it comes to the Democratic Party, is absolutely gone. We see your numbers coming in, 800-848-9222. So with Mayor Adams in mind, right, he appeared on Channel 11, WPIX, and he's stating something that is just common sense for 99.9% of all of us, that having boys and girls locker rooms is an absolute no-no.
Little boys should not be sharing bathroom showers with little girls. I don't know why this is complicated. And so when I did an analysis of our city and state laws, I don't have the authority to change it. If I did, I will change it. But I think this is a conversation we have to have. We're losing mainstream Democrats because of the radical left that it has really hijacked not only the narrative, but have hijacked our party. And there's going to be long-term repercussion because of this. And I don't know what parent of a little girl would be comfortable with a boy walking into the shower where their baby is. I'm just not going to support that, and I think it's wrong. And Governor Newsom has also been criticized for his position of boys playing girls' sports.
I think it was the timing, right? Because you had 4 years to do so, so why a day after the letter? Could you see how it might come as a coincidence?
No, I don't. Anytime I voice my concern on something, it's automatically tied to President Trump. I'm the mayor of the city of New York, and I have to protect not only physically the residents of the city, but also morally. What are we doing in our city that we are allowing these policies to impact and confuse our children? Yeah. Our children are confused based on the actions of adults. This is wrong.
I'm going to miss this guy. Believe it or not. I was never too big on Mayor Adams declaring my city and the nightlife mayor. Of course, you have to be concerned about nightlife as the mayor of a city like New York, but I'm going to miss this guy. I really am going to miss this guy, and I never thought that I would say that. I'm talking about on a professional level, as someone that loves the city of New York. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. We're about to start with your calls in just a moment. But what's also interesting, as I mentioned, that common sense is gone as far as Democrats. Being a Democrat is gone. And perhaps the Democrats' soon-to-be worst nightmare will be Vice President J.D. Vance, attending that is the Turning Point conference in Arizona, late Charlie Kirk, his wife Erica Kirk. And the vice president, when it comes to exposing Democrats, seems to be on a roll.
Overseas anymore, and boo-hoo to that. It's the rogue district judges who issued nationwide injunctions every time the president lifts a finger. It's the Soros DAs who cheered on as their cities burned. What unites them? They win when our country loses. They get rich when you get poorer. They hire the illegals that they bring in to take your jobs. They drink fine wine in the countries they ship your jobs to. They censor you because they'd rather destroy the Constitution than risk losing an argument. They bring in millions of voters because they know they can't win the argument with the people who are already here. And you know what else unites them? We are going to kick their ass next November and every year after that.
And the vice president is starting to sound more presidential. No one replaces Trump. Okay, let's start with the premise. But he's starting to sound J.D. Vance, our current vice president. I've always liked the guy. Especially considering that he and I have similar backgrounds, raised by our grandmothers. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth either. But he's starting to sound more presidential. But the Democrat Party and their operatives, of course, they have the View TV show. And Joy Behar says, quote, I don't know why, but she says, we love Obama, and it's wrong of President Trump to speak ill of him. Huh? All presidents speak sometimes in a disparaging way of their predecessors, especially when they're from an opposing party. But Trump is not supposed to say anything.
This is what he says about, I want to read what he says about Barack Obama, because we love Barack Obama, and it's wrong of him. He writes, and he acts like this is real in history. A community organizer, one-term senator from Illinois, and one of the most divisive political figures in American history. Why? Because he was black? Mm-hmm. Why? No. Everything is about race with him.
Yeah. Is it? Well, it might also be the jealousy of how well he did. For people that...
Well, Obama lives rent-free in his head, for sure. Yeah. For sure. He will never be the type of President Obama was. He's not going to win that Nobel
But when are they going to invoke the 25th Amendment? Does he have to run naked into the White House or what? What is that amendment for, if not for this?
He's doing this to trigger people. He wants people to get outraged and to troll. It's what he does, because that's how he is.
But we're not outraged. We feel that he is juvenile and unhinged. It's not outrage.
What is his motive,
what I would express, I think it's distract, it's troll, it's get people outraged. But I would say this, too. It's just, you have to...
These quote-unquote ladies, I almost said witches, are paid millions of dollars to spew hate, like you just heard. So, Dominic, why do you play it? Because I feel it's important that you hear what the critics are stating, what the haters are stating. And they're haters. 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you this week of Christmas. Let's start with your telephone calls. Anthony, line 2 in Pittsburgh. What's on your mind, sir?
I'd rather not be talking about the crazies, but my goodness, did you see the Georgetown coach? He throws a water bottle, the Georgetown basketball coach. He's frustrated. He throws a water bottle into the stands and hits a kid. Then you had the lady at the fitness center in Miami. She jumped over the counter and starts beating up one of the employees. And then you had the Philadelphia football kids getting arrested in Florida. And I don't know what's going on, Dominic, but somehow I think what it is so many people do these things because they either see the stuff on videos and they think, oh, I can get away with it and I'll be a star, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know.
I think, Anthony, that it's we live in a world where everything goes and values are out the window. How else would you explain a youth football team with the trip of a lifetime going from Philadelphia to Florida, and they Uber to the local mall to steal as much merchandise as they can? I mean, I don't know how you would explain it, but it's for some in society, it's the world that we live in, and I just think it's horrible. How do you explain it?
Well, if my kids were on that team, they wouldn't be on that team anymore because I wouldn't want them coached by that. I coached youth track and field for many years, and the club was founded by a good Christian man, a black Christian man, and we didn't put up with that stuff. We didn't yell or anything like that. You know, like if you used a swear word, you dropped and gave 10 push-ups. If you did it a second time, you dropped and did 20. And if you swore again, then we had a meeting with you and your parent to explain that. We didn't wear our baseball caps sideways. We didn't wear our sweatpants one leg up, one leg down. No, you dressed neatly and appropriately, and you treated everybody with respect.
So maybe you can help me, Anthony, because I've never understood the logic of the madness. Why tilt the baseball caps to the side? I don't understand why.
Because they see it in a rap video.
But some of those rappers that they're watching in the videos live nowhere near the hood, and they're multimillionaires. They're playing to an image.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of those kids because I think, and I feel bad. I internalize some of this stuff. I feel bad that I can't help every kid. You know, I mean, I had that time, I had my own family with, 2 kids, 2 cats, 2 dogs, and everything else going on. So the kids that quit, maybe, I don't know what their home life was like. I don't know. But usually if some kid acted up and we talked to their parents, the parent understood. And the kid, he straightened up, or she. Occasionally it was a girl, but usually it was a kid, a boy who acted up. So we tried, we did our best to help these kids be respectful. And thank
you for that, Anthony, and thank you for the telephone call. Hey, before I let you go, are you doing?
Yes.
I know sometimes you volunteer at the soup kitchen. Are you doing anything special on Christmas?
No, I don't really have anywhere to go. So other than maybe go over to church, but that's about it. But yeah, every Tuesday at the soup kitchen, and once a month helping out at Food Bank loading cars. In fact, I got to get up early. And Food Bank was canceled last week because of the weather, so Food Bank's tomorrow. So I'll be out.
And in the Pittsburgh area, what's your weather? Is it just cold, or is it cold and snow?
It's 27 degrees now, going down to 23.
Wow.
But it's supposed to be 45 tomorrow. So the sun will be up and it'll start warming things up. But yeah, it'll be a little chilly out there loading cars. But when you're moving, it's not too bad.
Not too bad when you're moving. Anthony, thank you for the great telephone call. And folks, on nights when it's really cold, like Anthony just described, I do have to be honest with you. That is the one time that I really have compassion for the homeless, because I'll say to myself, my God, I need on a warmer coat. And then I think about people that have nowhere to go and are literally on the sidewalk. Some of them with their dogs, and that dog will not leave their side in weather like this. Let's go to Norman, line 4, Brooklyn. Norman, what's on your mind?
Yeah, hi, Dominic. Yeah, first of all, I saw Marty Supreme tonight, and I just want to say, John Catsimatidis, and I'm not kissing his butt on this one, but John Catsimatidis was amazing.
Really?
So I'm just saying. I think that man should do more roles. I thought he was great.
There's a special screening coming up for us on Tuesday. But so just tell me quickly, what is it about, and tell me the role that Mr. Catsimatidis plays.
Well, I can just say that Joy Behar she's all social justice and all that stuff. She likes Barack Obama. I guarantee you, other than Whoopi and whatever other black person that's on the panel, I guarantee you she has never had a black friend. There's never been a black person probably in her apartment. And, she's never been around black people. That's just my impression based on the libs that I train. They're all about this social justice crap, but hey, they don't, not in my backyard, not with me.
Well, let's put it this way. Prior to The View, where was Joy Behar's career?
I know she was on radio.
Right. Her career was on life support prior to The View. And so she goes on The View, and I get it. You say the popular things to earn your $1 million paycheck. I get it. But I just don't know. Hey, Norman, I'm curious. Could you totally abandon your political views for the $1 million paycheck?
No, I don't think so. I haven't been confronted with that. I can just say this much. I have clients who, most of my clients are libs. And, I train people on the Upper West Side. And sometimes they get into politics and I go like, no politics. I don't feel comfortable enough. I will take their money, but I don't feel comfortable enough to like say, oh, hey, I really like that Joe Biden or blah, 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 blah. No, I to mine own self be true. I don't think I could play that. Even if somebody paid me a lot of money, I think I just couldn't do that. I can't be anything other than myself,
because I often ask my own self that question, Norman, because I've been in positions where most jobs that I've had, I was able to completely be myself, especially this job. But I had a job in television where they wanted me to be the black man. And that meant, no matter what my views were, that meant I was always supposed to come from the far left. And if I didn't come from the far left, it was going to be a problem. And I might end up in the owner's office if I dare questioned anything. I'll never forget, I said there was fraud in food stamps, in the food stamps program. And I was taken to the shed for that because I said that there's fraud. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Of course, the owner who might be listening right now knows exactly who I'm talking about. But I'm going to just leave it at that. Norman, thank you. Hey, Norman, you doing anything great for Christmas?
No, I don't have any plans. Don't really have any plans.
So who's doing the cooking?
Who's doing the cooking? I live by myself, so Norman's doing the cooking.
Really? And what are you gonna cook?
What am I gonna cook? Oh man, I'm gonna boil a couple of eggs in the morning.
No,
and
for
maybe
breakfast. Okay.
Make some oatmeal. Listen, since my 70-pound weight loss, I eat very very boring. I eat out a lot. Grilled chicken, salads, grilled fish. It's real boring, man. I don't really have anything fun anymore. I haven't had a drink in a year and a half, and I haven't had a drink in a while.
I just find drinking
I live very sparingly, but I'm ripped. So hey, there's a trade-off.
Okay, we'll take it. Norman, thank you for the call. Happy holidays. Let's go to line 2. Martin, upstate New York. What's on your mind, sir?
Hey, good afternoon, there, Mr. Dominic. I'm thinking. I can't never abandon my views for $1 million or more than that because I can't lie. I couldn't lie like these people do.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm damn sure about that. I'm just
so okay. Wait, Martin. Martin, wait a minute.
Yes.
So now there's a $500,000 bonus check on the table. After taxes from that $500,000 bonus check.
There's no way I could
wait, hold on, Martin. After that. Martin, hold on a second. After that, after taxes, you're going to walk away with that $500,000 check with $300,000. That's just the signing bonus. And then you have $1 million salary. And you
Dominic, maybe I could lie one time and try to get away with it, but on a regular basis, no way it's going to work.
Yeah, see, I don't think I could do it with credibility. I don't think because I would want to throw
that's what
up.
I mean. I couldn't do it either with credibility. I couldn't. It's exactly right.
So, hey, Martin, are you doing anything good for Christmas?
I'm having some wonderful corned beef hash. It's great. And you know what? I have a question concerning Joy Behar.
I'm listening.
Could I ask you?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
What is it about her that the women listen to? Obviously, no men care what she says, but why do women listen to Joy Behar?
Well, no one says that they listen necessarily, but to her in particular. But she's saying the things that the far left wants to hear. So the messenger doesn't really matter as long as you're stating.
It's like the hive mind. They're all thinking the same thing at the same time.
They're all thinking that's why they're there. That's exactly why they're there.
That's nuts.
And as long as there's an audience for it, they will continue to be there.
Continue to do it, yeah.
And Barbara Walters has to be spinning in her grave. You know, but it is what it is.
She wasn't bad. She was all right. I remember her.
Thank you for your call. Happy holidays to you. Dominic Carter with you, folks. Let's go to Eddie in Manhattan. Eddie, what's on your mind?
Dom, going with Mandani. People don't realize this. Let's say Mandani was a conservative Muslim. But listen, the problem is, like I said to you last time, is many people in the conservative party think that it's a party of only two religions. They don't reach out to other religions that voted for Trump. And that's why Mandani won. The conservative Muslims in America voted for him.
I'm not following you at all. Wait a minute. I'm not following at all what you're talking about.
Why?
Eddie, I'm not following you at all.
Yeah. But Dom.
Yes, I'm listening. You're wasting time. Go ahead.
Dom, we got to reach out to other faiths, the conservative party. They're not doing their job. They're going to be losing votes. We got to unite. People who got Trump in, Jehovah's Witnesses, Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims, non-religious people. We got to reach out to these people, Dom, just like the Democrats do.
Who says those are the groups that got Trump? Who says those are the groups that got Trump in? Who told you that?
I'm telling you this.
Okay, no. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, Eddie. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Charlie. Well, you know what? I guess Tony. Wait a minute. Let me stop. Tony, I want to ask you a question. So you've been going through some trying times recently, and I hope you're okay discussing this, but you recently lost your mother.
Correct.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It really hasn't hit me yet. Like I told you last week, she's in a better place now because I saw the decline beginning in November. Sleeping a lot, not eating, incoherent, not able to sit up, and I hated seeing my mother like this. And I know she's in a better place on the other side with my father, my grandparents, and my uncle. So I'm a miss her, but she's in a better place now, and I'm okay. I'm okay.
Tony, I have so much respect for you. You are a man's man because I've watched you in admiration for the last couple of years where you would do your job night side, and then I know that you were not going home to get a good night's sleep.
Correct.
You were going home to take care of your mother, feeding your mother, watching your mother, making sure she didn't do anything to harm herself, trying to get with your eyes to close for a minute, without. What was that experience like?
It was a task. It was an obstacle course. There were times, I became a light sleeper because there were times like I heard her moving around, like getting dressed. I'm like, where you going? I'm going to the store. Like, no, you're not. Like you can't go to the store because I know when she got downstairs, she would be lost. We didn't know where she was going. So I had to be on alert. I kept one eye open like CBS.
All the time.
Yeah, it wasn't a game. But now that she's no longer here, like I was telling a couple of guys back here, I sleep a lot. I'm catching up on a lot of lost sleep. But
I know on the holidays, you would run home to be with your mother, and you would often order out from a restaurant or something to make sure she had a holiday meal.
Correct.
And I mean, where did you get the strength from?
You know, this was the hand that was dealt with me, and I had to put on my big boy shoes, and it was what it was. This is the hand that I was dealt with, and I had no support, so it was me, myself, and I, and I did it because that was my mother. Because I remember when it was just her and I back in the days in the 70s when we were on welfare, when we struggled living in Coney Island and the East Flatbush. So I know how it was. Just how she took care of me, like going to kindergarten and then working and then going to school. So I know what she did. So tables just turned. So I did what she did.
So I know you're going to say we're late for a break.
No, it's all good.
But this is important to me. So I have urged you, because when I opened my email that night, maybe a week ago, give or take, and you said that your mother has her wings now.
Mm-hmm.
And it really hit me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I got a show to do. So as we all got a show to do.
Yes,
so
yes.
so we have to keep going. And I've urged you to let it out emotionally and cry.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I went through an awful time when my mother died, because we had a very estranged relationship,
mm-hmm.
and I wanted her dead. And then, I know that sounds horrible, and then when she died, I didn't want her to die, so be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it was a different scenario.
And the moment she died, I almost had a full, complete nervous breakdown. I mean, in terms of, the moment she died, all of a sudden, I just woke up one morning and didn't want to brush my teeth, didn't want to get out of bed,
mm-hmm.
and would not get out of bed.
Wow.
And my dog, Dolce, was standing there, like licking my toes and trying to get me out of bed, and I couldn't get out of bed. And I remember just standing there crying nonstop,
mm-hmm.
right? And so what I'm asking you is, and I had to go the full psychiatrist route,
okay,
the medication route, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sneaking into psychiatrist offices around the tri-state area,
mm-hmm.
In Manhattan, but I'd have to go in with shades, and the doorman, hello, Mr. Carter, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to a psychiatrist.
You're busted, yeah.
And so then I had to start going to see psychiatrists in Connecticut. I went through the hypnotist, all of this stuff, and then ultimately it was in God's hands,
mm-hmm.
right? So have you had a moment, because I think it's important to sit down and cry and let it out?
I've shedded some tears, like my friend's been calling and checking on me. Like, I've shedded some tears. I know it's going to hit me when I go down to Houston and when I leave, because like when I leave, I know that's it. And when I come back into my apartment, it's really it. Once I see her, the casket go into the ground, I know that's probably when it's going to hit me. Or yet when I get to the airport, when I say goodbye to my sister and nephew, I know when I walk into the airport, something's going to happen. I know, and I'm prepared for it. And I'm thankful for you guys, my friends, Matt, Elias, everybody, have been checking on me. Love you guys for that. So at least I have the support. But I know it's going to happen, and when it does happen, I'm just going to let it all out.
Please let it out.
Yeah, it is, because I'm not going to let it destroy me. Because I remember
to come out one way or the other.
Yes, and she always told my sister and I, like, look, she said, when I do go, I don't want you guys falling out and all of that. And we told her, like, you can't tell us how to feel because you're our mother. So I know it's going to happen. And then, unfortunately, for the rest of my life, this time of the year is always going to be rough because in 2014, my father died suddenly Thanksgiving weekend. And the day when I had to call the ambulance on my mother December 11th, that was the day I buried my father.
Well, it's funny when you mention the milestones in terms of the days.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, the one thing that I like to do is watch the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a private person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like all the public stuff. I'm forced to do it because that's what I do for a living. But at the end of the day, I'm a private person. And so I don't like large Super Bowl parties. I like to just watch the game. And sure enough, I'm sitting there waiting for the Super Bowl. And just like the TV shows, the phone rings. Mr. Carter, this is Lincoln Hospital. We strongly urge you to get here immediately. Your mother's not going to make it much longer.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, so for the rest of my life, I try to enjoy the Super Bowl.
Got you.
But every time Super Bowl Sunday rolls around, that's the day that my mother died.
You have an eerie feeling, yeah, and you'll never forget that. Just like I'll never forget that, you know. And then, like I said, who'd have thought in a million years, the day I called the ambulance for my mother to go to Kings County Hospital, that was the same day that I buried my father in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've always watched you in such admiration. You remind me of Catherine, one of our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
She takes care of her mom, her 96-year-old mom, and she also works. And every holiday, Tony, what are you doing? You know, I'm watching you like a hawk, and you don't know it, but I'm watching you to see where you are at emotionally. And you know, I just watched in total admiration that you would always order food on the holidays for you and your mother to have a good meal.
Exactly. Yes, I did.
Did she know in the end what you were doing?
Yeah, she did, because I remember one time she said, Tony, thank you for taking care of me. Like, you don't have to thank me. You're my mother. You know, please.
So she thanked you.
Yeah, she said, thank you. I was like, no problem. I got this. You know, she got a little choked up. I said, don't do that. Look, if the tables were turned, you'd have been doing the same thing for me. Now it's my time.
My only advice to you as a friend is please let it out.
I will.
Don't do what I did.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You know, I'm holding it all inside, and I'm angry at my mother, and I almost completely snapped.
Okay.
And you don't want that. So it's tough for us men to show emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not manly to cry, but society says it's not manly.
But trust me, like I said, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well, I wish you luck flying down to Houston, correct?
Correct.
To bury your mother, and you know we'll be there for you, and just try your best to hang in there.
Thank you, my friend.
So on that note, it is time for a break. We see all your telephone calls. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku. And it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... there, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. Tony, I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, and Valeria in Florida says, I hope Tony has a nice life partner or spouse. Love conquers the loss of loving parents. So, Tony, tell Valeria and the audience what I've also advised you. I had left that part out.
You asked me last week that I have a companion. No, I don't, but I'm looking.
And I said that if you had a companion, that's a way of turn to your companion.
Yes. Now, I will say this. The ladies who I've dated in the past who loved my mother and know how I felt about my mother have been calling and texting me to make sure I'm okay. So all the young ladies, I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to incriminate myself. Thank you very much.
Valeria also says here, I'm crying down here for Tony and his parents up in heaven. Tony, you are a precious man for all you have done for your mom. I lost my parents as well. Miss them too much for words to express. Dom, you were depressed when your mom passed because you have much love in your heart. Valeria, thank you for that. And I'm sure Tony thanks you for that as well. We're going to continue with the program in just a moment, but I'm taking your telephone calls free for them, free. Like I just said here. Let's go to Howard in Queens. Line 4, Howard, what's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. Let me first say I want to give my condolences to Tony. Losing your mother, she's your best friend.
Agreed, and I'm sure Tony agrees with you. So what's on your mind, Howard?
I just want to say I was at Saturday evening home for the holidays, and I got to tell you that John and his wife, they are the greatest people because they were helping everybody, and everybody was great. It was a great time.
Saturday with Vinny Montalbano? Vinny Medugno, excuse me. Vinny Medugno.
Yeah.
And so you were there?
3 hours. Yeah, I was there. I met the governor, had a lot of nice time, and they were very helpful. They were helping people, who needed help. And
that's what the Catsimatidis family does. I'm saying this straight up, folks. I've never met people like them before. They are about touching Americans and lifting people up. That's what they're about. That's what they do.
They don't let the hired help do it. They do it themselves.
They don't let the hired help do it. Trust me when I tell you, because Mrs. Catsimatidis was at the station, as she often is, but she was at the station for days ahead of this event. She does the work herself, literally herself.
I didn't know it at first, but she helped me to my seat with my dog.
Right, and right. She's not the type of person that's going to tell you when you meet her that she's Margot Catsimatidis. She's not going to say, I'm a billionaire. She's going to do what she has to do. You'll never know it unless somebody else points it out to you. And so she helped you with your dog.
Yeah, well, she just pointed my way and showed me to get to where I had to sit. So she was very helpful. I didn't know that someone told me. And I have to say thank you to them.
Well, that's
wonderful. They put on a great show. It was a class act, 100% all the way. That was a class act.
Vinny Medugno can sing, and the Catsimatidis family. What you just described, Howard, that's who they are. You would never know, even from Mr. Catsimatidis, you would never know he's a billionaire. He just doesn't carry himself that way. As compared to, and I like Mike Bloomberg. I had a great relationship with Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg will let you know every 3 seconds, I'm a billionaire and you're not. Stay in your place. Thank you for the call, Howard. Let's go to Bill, line 5, upstate New York. Bill, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. It's very hurtful to lose the people you love, especially around the holidays. It makes it really intense. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
When you love a lot of people and they happen to die right around the holiday, it really puts a damper on the whole thing. It brings it out bad.
Yeah. Bill, why is your voice cracking?
Because I'm thinking about it.
Right. Well, at a minimum, Bill, keep in mind there are great people in the world. There's some bad, but there are great people in the world, and we've all got each other. Me, you, Tony, all of us, the Catsimatidis family, we've got each other. So we're one big family, maybe a little dysfunctional, but one big family. Thank you for the call, Bill. Let's go to Sandra, line 3, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Sandra?
Good evening, Dominic. Something refreshing I'd like to share. I have a friend who moved to Florida 5 years ago. She's an attorney. She's on the ball. She's aggressive, and she's smart, and she's fun, and she loves life. Guess what? She came back. She sold her condo, and she's back here in New York. So this place can't be that bad, and she knows about Mandani and all that stuff. And I said to her, well, what about him? Sandra will fight him every step of the way. I'm not concerned. So that's what I wanted to say, Dominic, that, people think they're all moving away. Some miss this place because New York has a very special pull. There's something about this place. It has energy. It has culture. It has family ties. It has so many good things, but the bad things we're going to deal with. I'm going to be positive tonight, and that's how I feel.
Are you apprehensive about what's going to happen in 9 days, Sandra, with Mom Donnie, or do you think?
No, you know what, Dominic, you're here. I'm not worried. As long as you're here reporting the news and telling us what's going on, we're going to tackle every little thing that he's going to try to pull. I'm not worried that much. How do you like that?
Okay. Well, fair enough, Sandra. Thank you for the... Hey, Sandra, before I let you go, Are you doing anything good for Christmas Day?
Well, we did our holiday. It was Hanukkah.
Right.
So now it's rest time, but I am going to go. I was invited for New Year's Eve to a friend and New Year's Day to another friend. So I'm busy now. I'm going to do another beautiful book event for Dr. Mark Siegel. So I need quiet time now to write a lovely speech for him and to get my act together. So I need this quiet time. So I welcome the quiet time.
Okay, but wait a minute now. I'm fully aware of Hanukkah, but around the holiday times, many of you listeners get together. You guys are not getting together?
Not that I know of right now.
Okay. Fair enough. And before I let you go, how's your husband's health?
He caught my cold. Remember I was sick?
Yes.
Now he has it. But he's not. He's okay though. He's okay. He's okay. But he has my cold.
And are you still doing those 100 laps in the pool?
Yes, I am. I love doing it. And I'm going to tell you something, Dominic. When I was on the swimming team, I remember one day I went to my practice and I said to the coach, I have a cold. I'm not going to swim today. He said, you get in that water. And you know what? He taught me something. Even if you have a cold, even if you're sick, you go, you swim, and you feel better afterwards. And even when I was sick, I went swimming, and I felt better afterwards. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, did you see me right next to you? I did 150 laps.
I love it.
Thank you for the great call, Sandra. Let's go to Charlie, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, line 2. What's on your mind, Charlie?
I wanted to answer your question, Dominic. You asked, could I go on TV? Could I be like a View co, assuming I had guys on, or another show like that? And could I say the opposite political point of view, the opposite of how I feel for $1 million a year? And the answer is yes. I could pull it off. I could lie convincingly. I could lie successfully because, Dominic, $1 million, it's just $1 million. I mean, you're talking about better house, a better lifestyle. I could do it. I could do the acting. I could really convince you that I was a liberal, that I was a raving lunatic liberal, that I loved Mandami, that I hated
and
Trump.
You'd be able to look in the mirror?
You'd believe I was serious.
And you'd be able to look in the mirror. Okay, you could lie to us, but could you lie to yourself?
For $1 million, I think I could. I think I could. And I just want to say about Joy Behar. She's the only View co. She's been there since day one. Obviously, Barbara Walters started the show and then she died. But Joy Behar's been there since day one. So, and the rest of them haven't, because Meredith Vieira was a co-host. Star Jones was a co-host. Debbie Metanopoulos was a co-host. She was a young blonde chick with a good-looking chick, and they all these hosts, they've gone away. Except Joy Behar. She's like a rock. She's just stuck there.
No, she's not stuck there. She's not stuck. Let's not get it twisted, Tony. Charlie, she's making millions of dollars, so she's not stuck. But thank you for the great call. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back with more of your telephone calls.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. So Jimmy Fontanez, one of our great listeners, just made my night. Jimmy's at work right now. I just retweeted it. He's got on his Dominic Carter T-shirt. Thank you for that, Jimmy. I don't know, folks. I can't be Debbie Downer when it's my job to try in a positive way to lift your spirits, especially this week with the holidays. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Christmas. Doesn't feel like, I don't know. And so this hour, I'm listening to you because next hour we're going to deal with the doom and gloom. We're going to deal with, for example, a video that the lovely DMS sent to me. This 75-year-old woman is waiting on a corner for the light to change in Seattle. And this homeless man comes up behind her, swings a stick that has a nail at the end of the stick, swings it hard, hits her right in the eye. One of the negative stories next hour. Another one, Chicago. Remember the mother that was beat up by the children, the elementary school children? All of them have been charged as juveniles. Many things we're going to deal with. But right now, let's continue with your telephone calls on this Sunday night, December 21st. At 52 minutes past the hour. Let's see, Rome, New Jersey. What's on your mind? Line 4.
Hi, Dominic. First-time caller. Merry Christmas.
Wonderful. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
I drive a subway train, Dominic. I love your train stories, man. I don't blame you for not wanting to ride, but, we do our best. Those people work very hard, man. They put themselves out there every day and night.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for your service and for all the people to keep the trains and the buses moving.
I lost my mother to colon cancer last year. She loved Donald Trump, and Joe Biden being president just made her sicker. I wish I could have introduced her to you. I know she would have loved your show.
Well, I wish I could have met her, too. Are you okay? Have you been dealing with the fact of bereavement and so on? I mean, it was a year ago that you just said. Are you okay?
Yeah, like Tony said, she's in a better place. She was a Lutheran Christian. She taught me, we didn't have money growing up, but I'm out of that hole now. I got all my bills paid. I listen to you every day, man. Things are looking up.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Happy holidays to you, Rome. You hold your head high.
You take it easy.
Thank you. Let's go to line 2. Colleen in Ridge, Long Island. Colleen, what's on your mind?
Okay. I'm 73. I watched the Super Bowl for years by myself, but I know what it's like losing a parent. I lost my mother in 91. The hospital messed up, and then in 2001...
Colleen, is the radio near? You should never have the radio up when you call because it's very distracting.
Let me lower it.
Okay, quickly, please lower it.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I'm holding on.
All right.
I'm holding on.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Big D, I'm doing it.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then I lost my father almost 10 years to the day. And he was a New York City fireman on the fireboats. And all his buddies were calling me because so many of his buddies on the fireboat, John Dewey out of Manhattan, I think it's decommissioned for many years now, but I couldn't believe, it was almost 10 years to the day. And both hospitals messed up on them. But we didn't sue because we're not that kind of people. In the long run, God will take care of those people, that messed up. Every dog has their day. That's what I believe.
I do too.
And I'm a huge Trump fan. I want to meet him before I kick the bucket. And I hope it's not for a long time.
Well,
hopefully. I have a shrine in my bedroom of Donald Trump.
Hopefully, Colleen, you'll be around for a long time, and you never know. You might get the opportunity to meet him. You never know. Happy holidays.
I want to go in that. I want to get in that big ballroom, beautiful ballroom, and boogie down.
There you go, and boogie down. Wonderful, Colleen. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Warren. Warren is in Sydney, New York. Warren, where is Sydney?
Sydney, New York is right between. Halfway between Oneonta and Binghamton, New York on Interstate 88.
Okay. Makes sense. I've been to Oneonta, spoke to college kids in Oneonta. But okay, all right. So what's on your mind?
As I do quite often, I visited my grandmother today at the nursing home. And, we kind of make a big deal for, this time of year. And I got talking to a lot of the residents there. And I always bring extra stuff for everybody, okay? You probably remember me. I'm the ex-state trooper.
I remember you used to call the ex-state trooper.
Yeah. But anyways, these people haven't seen their loved ones in years. And if you have a loved one in a nursing home, find time to go see them. They need to know that you care. And it broke my heart today when hearing some of the people that it's been 10 years since anyone's ever visited them, they told me. And I don't know, it kind of got to me. And when I heard you talking to that, I said, maybe, Dominic can, put it out there. And people, if they have anybody in a nursing home, to remind them, especially this time of year, to go visit them. They need you.
Well, Warren, I got to tell you this. God just had you call just now because, and as we're wrapping up hour number one, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., 8 a.m., I have to be at a doctor's appointment in White Plains, and then I have to go see my aunt in a nursing home who helped raise me. And it's not a positive experience for me. But the call came in from you, and it's because I've been on the fence. And what Tony asked me before we hit air, how's your aunt? And I said, So it's funny that you call saying visit your loved ones in a nursing home, because in less than 8 hours, that is exactly what I have to do.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is happening now. Here's what's on everyone's wish list. Enjoying holiday jingles with brilliant 3D audio that surrounds you? Check. Watching snow flurries through the panoramic Vista roof? Check. Packing up presents with the spacious Lincoln Splitgate? Check. Everything you want. All standard on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV. Visit your local Lincoln retailer or learn more at Lincoln.com for exceptional offers on 2025 Lincoln vehicles today.
This is Charlie. He's my part rescue dog, part whirlwind. Half of his breakfast always ends up on the floor. And he leaves fur everywhere. That's why I grabbed the Bissell Power Clean Fur Finder. It's cordless, powerful, and actually finds fur you don't even see. If you've got a pet like Charlie, you've got fur everywhere. The Power Clean Fur Finder gets that. Discover how Power Clean Fur Finder makes pet cleanups effortless at Bissell.com.
Rated E for everyone. Includes in-game purchases. Includes random items. EA Sports FC 26 is here. Play your way this holiday season with an overhauled gameplay experience powered by community feedback. Enjoy festive upgrades in Ultimate Team with Winter Wildcards. Take on holiday-themed challenges and manage your career, like navigating the busy Christmas period. And team up with friends and clubs with new tournaments and live events. The club is yours. Give the gift of football with EA Sports FC 26.
REI Co-op presents a perfect outdoor moment with the perfect gift. Picture this. You're ripping with your favorite person. Bluebird skies, blower powder, and frankly, you're skiing like legends.
So sick. Another lap?
Thanks to REI's curation, from lid to sticks, you nailed the gift.
No way. How'd you know?
Does it get more perfect than that? Give without guessing. Shop in store or visit REI.com.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And Dominic Carter here with you as we start this Christmas week. Christmas, of course, on Thursday. The number to reach me this hour, 800-848-9222. Of course, I hope you had a lovely and fantastic weekend. And here's wishing positive thoughts for you to have a great week. We have a lot to get to a lot in the political world. But again, I don't understand what goes on in the world these days. And to the Democrat Party, to my Democrat friends, your policies, plural, are killing this country. What am I talking about? Crime. Crime number one. In a city that I used to love, I don't know what it's like anymore. I don't know what the city is like anymore. But Seattle, Washington. When I was a teenager, flew out to Seattle a couple of times, ended up staying there for a year in high school, played football out there. It was a nice city at the time. And at that time, it was the Kingdome where the Seattle Seahawks played. They now have a brand new stadium. And it appears in Seattle that in many regards, in the city of Seattle, like many urban areas, crime is out of control. Thank you to the lovely DMS Denise on Twitter for sending this to me. And it's a very disturbing video. I retweeted it. If you look on my thread, you'll see it. It's a horrible video. And it was hard to look at. It was hard to look at. And it's a good thing that it was a freeze frame as this 75-year-old woman was hit in the face. She was attacked and blinded by a felon with dozens of extremely violent arrests. It looks like she's waiting at the street corner to cross the street, minding her business, not bothering anybody. And this homeless man walks up from behind her, from the side actually, then gets behind her and swings a full baseball swing with a stick. Now, perhaps she'd have been okay, but the stick had a nail in it at the end of it. And in gory details, the nail came close to hitting the woman, if not hitting her directly in the eye. And you see on the video that she falls to the ground and she's holding her face. She's in shock. She doesn't know what happened. And this individual was no stranger to the Seattle police.
It's Dominic Carter.
Okay, so we're trying to get that corrected. Here we go.
75-year-old Jeanette Markin standing on the corner, and police say this is Fale Pea walking up with a stick in his hand when out of nowhere he attacks her. Jeanette is knocked to the ground. Bystanders take a picture of the suspect, then rush to help Jeanette. The full scope of what happened wasn't clear yet. Police arrested Pea a block away and found the weapon, this wooden board with a screw through the end of it. Police say that screw went through Jeanette's eye.
Who is this guy? Is he? He's a regular. He usually punches. I guess today he decides to escalate things way worse than his usual.
Where is he usually?
He's usually just up and down third.
As paramedics race her to the hospital, it becomes obvious police know Fale Pea well.
Do you have the suspect's ID? Yeah, suspect's ID. He's being searched right now. Yeah. You know him?
Oh, he's notorious for random assaults on 3rd Street.
Court records show Pea had multiple prior convictions for assault, including stabbing someone 8 times at a party.
Was that? I'll take my chances.
So he stabbed somebody 8 times at a party, and he's still free walking the streets. He's a regular known to the Seattle police, but he's still walking the streets. And these are the policies of our Democrat friends. So that's in Seattle. And I still remember the first time I went there, I was 12 years old, flew by myself. And at that time, the stewardess, as they were called at that time, if you were a child flying by yourself, the stewardess would put you in a special seat where she can keep an eye on you, and then she would escort you once you got off the plane to the person that's there to pick you up. And I was so excited to be in Seattle. We grabbed my bag, and we go from the airport, SeaTac Airport, to, I think it's Seattle Tacoma Airport, to Linwood, Washington. We arrive home. We arrive where I'm going. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm so excited. And I open my bags, and I realize that luggage looks alike. I have the wrong bag. So now it's a 45-minute drive back to the airport. My Uncle Lo gave me a break. You stay here, get some rest. They had the right bag. They got me the right bag. That was my first time when I learned that you must pay attention to your bags. Another time I learned that lesson the hard way was when the RNC convention, I forgot the year 2008 or was it 2005, I don't remember, was wrapping up, and we were in Minneapolis, and we were not going to be done. This is when I was in television. We weren't done until like 1:30 in the morning, New York time. If I remember correctly, Minneapolis is an hour behind us time. I'm not sure, but that just sounds familiar. And I had to give a speech the next night in Pennsylvania, and my flight to get from Minneapolis to right on the border of, I forgot the name of the city in Pennsylvania, but it's not far, driving distance from Cleveland. My flight was at 5 a.m. So I had maybe an hour sleep, and I arrive in the Pennsylvania city that I needed to be in. And of course, when you give a speech, whether you feel this way or not, you got to look like $1 million. You got to have $1 million attitude, very positive, and no bag. No bag. So I've got to give a speech at 6 p.m. with the same suit. The bag got lost. The same suit, the same shirt, the same tie. And so my family was meeting me in town, Erie, Pennsylvania, was meeting me in town. And so all they could do was rush to Macy's and buy me a brand new tie. So I delivered the speech. Everything went fine, but that's my experience with luggage and so on. So we go from Seattle, 75-year-old woman hit in the face with a stick by a homeless man with a nail on the end of it, hits her in the eye, she's blind. We go from Seattle to Chicago. You may recall those 7 kids, elementary school kids, attacking that mother, beating up that mother, punching her in her face as her child tried to shield her. Absolutely horrible, and all 7 have been charged.
We had some really troubling stories that we did have to follow up on. One of those was a situation where a woman was walking with her children and she was assaulted. So now we have 7 juveniles who have been charged with beating that mother and child last month while they were walking home from school on the south side. We followed that from the very beginning. This is some of the video here of the incident itself. And, you know, things just escalated so quickly here. Of the 7 juveniles, I mean, we're talking about 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 13, I think, was the oldest age among this group. And we even paused the video because it just gets so bad. Kicking a 33-year-old woman and her son as they were walking home from Orville Bright Elementary on November 17th. This was some video the day after now when she was being escorted back to that area there. These are just things that you wish never happened to anyone. And, you know, both victims were taken to the hospital, the woman and her son. There was also a daughter there that was unharmed, but that's physically. Seeing that kind of assault on your family members, I'm sure, will stay with her as well. So all of these juveniles have been charged with a misdemeanor battery. They were referred for counseling and released from custody.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be a story that we're following right here. I know Tia Ewing has done a great job doing that story, so look for more follow-ups right here on Fox Chicago. All right, we got to.
And so that's from Fox Chicago, that situation. Last hour, we talked about with our in-house family here, Tony. He lost his mother a few days ago, and many of you have been calling up talking about your own experiences. I see you want to talk about that in this hour as well. And so coming up at the bottom of the hour, Nicki Minaj, a big rapper who is apparently a big Trump supporter. She appeared at the Turning Point convention in Arizona, Charlie Kirk's group, now Erica Kirk's group. And boy, is she going to tee off on California Governor Gavin Newsom. She appeared on stage, received several standing ovations. It was Erica Kirk who questioned Nicki Minaj, and they went over well with the crowd. We'll get to that coming up at the bottom of the hour. But up until that time, it's you and I together, your telephone calls. Let's go to Tony, line 2 in Brooklyn. Tony, what's on your mind?
Hey, good evening. I heard your interview with your coworker, and I felt I had to chime in. I lost my mother on Thursday, and I buried her on Friday.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Tony. How are you doing? Tony?
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you. I said I'm so
Yeah.
sorry to hear that. How are you doing?
Thank you. You know, Dominic, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell everybody that's hearing my voice, the biggest thing that you could do for yourself is that when you know that a loved one isn't doing good, you make it an effort to be there for them as much as you could, because what hurts the most is regret. And I have no regret, because I know that I put my life practically on hold to be there for my mother. And I'm at peace with myself, knowing that my mother is at peace with our Maker. And she's not in pain. She had stage 4 liver cirrhosis. In her final days, you know, she basically went like a person that's going to sleep. It was painless, it was merciful, and it was beautiful.
Well,
That's
you
all I
know,
gotta
Tony,
say.
you are a better man than me. So what am I talking about? I can handle anything in the world of politics. I can handle any tough issue, except for when it comes to emotions around issues like this, passing away, dying. So I've been forced to watch a woman that raised me. It's been all downhill. You know, she used to be a young woman, 71, 72, but she was still young. Had a surgery that she should have never had, but I didn't find out about it until it was already done. I get the phone call. She's in intensive care with tubes everywhere. Since then, she's had 3 or 4 surgeries. Part of her intestines removed. They're trying to teach her to walk. My aunt that raised me, she's in a nursing home. And I've had to have a very tough discussion with family members about whether or not it's time to give up her apartment, because she can never go back to the apartment. And so, you know, I've got to do something in 8 hours that you're just talking about, not having regret. I've got to go visit her. And it's very, very tough for me to deal with that type. You talk about corruption, you talk about politics. I can do that. The toughest assignment in the world, I can do that in my sleep. But the hardest assignment for me, I've got to go, you know, a man my age, they start giving you testosterone and so on. So I've got to go to the doctor about that and then go to the nursing home. And I hate to say, Tony, I'm not looking forward to it, but you made it through this process.
Let me tell you something. Make your peace now while she's around, and make it with her and make it with yourself, because I had other family members that weren't there for my mother the way I was, and all I kept hearing was them sobbing how they were sorry, that they wish they could have done more. I put my life on hold, Dominic. I'm an insurance salesman by trade. For the past year, I stopped working just to take care of my mother.
Wow. Well, that's commendable, Tony. Thank you for sharing this stuff with us. And you're just like Tony, who I'm working with right now, because, you know, you folks, you never knew it, how ill his mother was, because he's a professional. He shows up to work, you know, the overnight shift, which is not easy, as he was watching the final days of his mother. I've got to take a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. I'm going to regret this, but let's go to line 1. Melvin in the Bronx, New York. Melvin, what's on your mind?
I support the incoming mayor of the city of New York. A whole lot of these so-called protesters are not registered voters. See, because they don't live
Wait,
here.
whoa. You said you support the mayor, and then you went to protesters. You're talking about protesters against Mamdani? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking about the protests against Mamdani from people who are not registered voters in the city of New York because they don't live in the city of New York. Fine.
How do you know, Melvin? How do you know?
Because I'm listening to their conversation. Because it's only about one issue only, to improvement of the quality of life.
Okay, so I know you're a veteran. Why do you support Mamdani? Why would anybody in their right mind support him?
Because ever since I was born, every mayor and senior for Fernando Wood have
no history lessons, Melvin. Just get to your point. Go ahead.
The point is simple. It's about one issue, the improvement of the quality of life.
And you think Mamdani's going to improve your quality of life? You really believe that?
You don't name my case. You talking about speculation. Take that to any.
I'm talking about what? What did he say? I'm talking about what?
You talking about speculation when you talk about
You said speculation?
That's what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about no speculation. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about don't get there because he's going to be mayor. He's going to be inaugurated. Social kind of policies he's going to put into place. You don't live here.
Okay. I only grew up there. I only lived in the projects of New York City. I know New York City better than you do. And don't call me up next month complaining about him because he ain't going to do a damn thing for you or anybody else except for his pockets. That's Mamdani. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
At IKEA, your dreams can come true. Well, maybe not the ones where you're being chased by a monster. We're talking about kitchen dreams. And there are IKEA products and solutions for all of them. Whether it's a whole new kitchen, a statement glassware set, or just new cutlery. If you got big dreams or small dreams in any size of budget, IKEA can help you bring them to life. Visit IKEA.us/dreamkitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities.
Retirement isn't just about closing out your career. It's mornings that begin with a sunrise instead of an alarm and the freedom to live the life you've always dreamed of. With a New York Life financial professional, you'll have the guidance to make it real so your years of hard work become the life you've always imagined. Your life. New York Life. More powerful together. Start today at NYL.com.
This is a real good story about Bronx and his dad, Ryan, real United Airlines customers.
We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age.
That's Andrew, a real United pilot.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future.
It felt like I was the captain.
Allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
That's how good leads the way.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Komm du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. You talk to his supporters, the incoming socialist mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani. I support Mamdani. Well, why do you support him? I don't know. Free, free, free. Folks, don't fall for the okie doke. You should know by now, nada in life is free. Somebody, I know, as long as you're not paying for it, right? No, it doesn't work that way. You have the wealthy pay for it, they're going to leave. And then you're Detroit of 10 years ago where they can't even turn on the street lights at nighttime. Remember that, Detroit? That's how bad things got. Anyway, I'm going to focus on something in a second. You want to know how bad partisan politics happens to be in our country? Trump, he's the devil, he's the devil. Trump says $1,700 bonuses to military members Democrats scream bloody murder. How could you be against bonuses for the military members? How could you be against that? We'll deal with that in just a second. But let's go to some more of your telephone calls. I see some of you want to talk about the nursing home issue, going to visit loved ones, the passing of loved ones. As I mentioned, in about 8 hours from now, I will be, give or take, in Yonkers, New York, at a nursing home, visiting my aunt. And I think that the reason why it's so hard for me is I see the frailty in it. I see that one day that could be me. And when I look at myself even now, all I see is total strength. And I don't see myself as being at the mercy of others. And so maybe it's a reality check, but it's one of the hardest things in the world for me to deal with. Let's go to Angela, line 2, Long Island. What's on your mind, Angela?
Hi, Dominic. I love you so much.
Well, thank you,
God
Angela.
bless
Love's
you,
going
your
right back to
family,
you. Thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
Same to you and your family.
Yeah, you're pulling the heartstring here. And Tony, who just lost his mom, it's okay. So, 20 years ago, my dad passed away. He was in the hospital, and he had tubes all over. Are you there?
I'm listening intently to what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. And he had tubes all in him, and the monitor, 862, and the blood and oxygen, and then we're all looking at it. Oh, it's going up, it's going down, and I couldn't take it. I just had to get out of there. And I just drove back to Boston where I was living, and I get there, and a couple hours later, my brother calls me and says, "Ange, you gotta come back." He didn't tell me. My father drove my car, but my point is, I understand about how you feel about seeing your aunts helpless like that. And my dad was so strong, and you were just saying, you being helpless, I saw my father there, and it was just terrible, but and I lost my husband, my brother, my friend. We're losing everybody. You just pray that they're in heaven and they're at peace with Jesus, and you learn how to live without them, and just keep loving them, even when they're gone.
Angela, the reason why, and I'm respecting what you're saying, the reason why it's tough for me, the brashness that I have, right? I got it from my aunt. So I was, she's only about 5'0", right? So I forgot what grade I was in, but the bullies were giving me a hard time. And I don't know about other communities, but certainly in my family, they didn't play that bully nonsense. And so one day the bullies are harassing me. I'm on my way walking home from school. Give up your lunch money, right? So I'm prepared to give it up. And my aunt, the same aunt that's in the nursing home now, jumps out of the bushes. I kid you not.
Yeah.
And she said, either you whip his, or I'm going to whip yours right here. And I had two choices. Either whip his ASS or she was going to whip mine. And she was not joking. No. And so I had no choice but to stand up, right? And so when people say, where do I get it from to challenge politicians? It came from her, There
you go.
In terms of, this little lady that, didn't take no from anybody. And so then, I got very angry at family members recently because I don't know why they felt the need to send me this video, right? So they send me a video. She hasn't been able to walk for God knows how long. It's a miracle she's able to even get up. She's trying to get enough strength to walk, right? And they send me this video where she's got a walker in front of her. She's got aide on each side, and then there's a third aide behind her with the wheelchair in case she falls down, because that's how frail she is. And for the life of me, Angela, I just didn't know why family members sent me this video, because it's like, you know, with Superman and kryptonite, it's like my kryptonite to see something like that emotionally, because I'm the only male in the family. Now we've got boys growing up, but I'm the only male, and I'm the rock. And, you know, it's just very hard for me to look at that, you know, and I got to go deal with that in a matter of 8 or 9 hours. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm trying to figure out a way to get out of it, but I can't get out of it.
No,
you know, it's a responsibility.
No,
And
you
you got to man up, and you got to do it.
Said about guilt.
And then you know, when I turn from her while I'm visiting, you turn to somebody else. They have the similar situation. That's a patient with their loved ones, and it's just It's just awful. I'll give you the final word before I move on.
Okay, you have to go, because the other caller said about guilt. No, you got to go. Just do it. It's going to be painful, but just do it. And the other comment I want to make is you should run for governor.
Oh, now you promoted me to governor. They've been saying I should run for mayor, but I don't know about that, Angela, because I would tell people exactly what I think.
I heard you the other day. Please, for the love of God, for your aunt.
Yeah, but Angela, we can't have a mayor that would tell the lead City Hall reporter, you can kiss my ass. You can't have a mayor
yes, you can.
that says that, because I would say
you. We need you.
Well, thank
Dominic,
you.
Dominic,
Thank
we
you.
need you.
Angela, thank you, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for the great call. Let's go to Pam in New Jersey, line 5. Pam, what's on your mind?
Dominic, this is the first time I've called in. I listen to you every day. I've been housebound for a year, and what gets me through is your voice.
Oh, well, thank you.
Your aunt needs your company. It would be such a blessing. And I look forward, and I know you come on at midnight, but I have to tell you, I do miss left versus right. I don't know why that stopped, but I thought you were excellent. And that's, you know,
now I can tell you why it stopped. I mean, I can be honest about it now, Pam. The reason why it stopped, I'm going to be completely honest with you, is there were plans to take the show national, but Mr. Weiner is his own worst enemy. And I kept saying to him, Anthony, stop making this personal. He would say things like, you can talk when I tell you can talk. And I would say, when we were off air, I would say, yo, you need to chill with that, bro, because I'm not the one. And he couldn't control himself. And the management tried. Management loved the show. They tried. They gave us a shot. Anthony, this can redeem your image. Anthony, don't step on your own toes, man. What are you doing? And he just wouldn't listen. And so I would say to him, Anthony, we can disagree without personally attacking each other. And he would just, so what happened between me and Anthony, none of it was an act. It was all real. Believe me when I tell you it was real. Now, I can't tell you how it ended because I don't have permission to say that. But I
understand.
You know, but so that's what happened with left versus right. He couldn't deal with the fact that I was right. Unfortunately for him, 90%. Excuse me, I'm being modest. 95% of the time, and he just couldn't take it because he has Trump derangement syndrome. And I kept saying to him that Trump was going to win. You don't know what you're talking about. Kamala is going to run away with this. If Kamala loses, I'll eat this table. He literally said.
I remember that.
He literally said. And so when we would be done with the show, I would say, Anthony, it's okay for us to disagree, but listen, man, you can't make it personal. You can't make it personal. And he wouldn't listen. So when he wouldn't listen, you know, my career couldn't go down in the drain with him. Management pulled the plug because he wouldn't listen. That's what happened to Left versus Right.
Though. It's still on though. So
no,
why
it's still on. It's still on,
them?
and it's still doing very well. But when you say Left versus Right, I'm referring to the part of me and Anthony Weiner. That's the honest truth of what happened. And I don't talk about it that often because it was painful. But he just wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that difficult. You know, it
was that difficult every single week.
But maybe for your health it ended. You know, I mean, if it was that disturbing, you know, I didn't realize that. But I just want to let you know I enjoyed you on that. Okay, but at that time I wasn't housebound. Okay, then I went to rehab, and I've been housebound. Actually, it was a year today. Well, actually, yesterday, the 21st. And you get me through this. So what a blessing it would be for your aunt who raised you. You know, so I just encourage you to realize it's the best thing you could do. And also, Thanksgiving, I listened to you because you said that you wanted to work to be a blessing to us. And it was. You working Christmas?
I'm working Christmas, but I do it. I am. I do it because I want to do it. Because I want to do it. And again, Pam, no one works harder than the owners of this station, of this network. And so that's why you'll see John Catsimatidis, the man doesn't stop. I'm telling you, I kid you not. I get sick trying to keep up with the schedule of him and his wife. It's impossible. It's impossible. And so my thing is, if the owner of the network is working on Thanksgiving or Christmas, who am I to be taking the day off? Plus, I feel that we all are a family. Just like I'm sharing something very personal because when I go visit my aunt tomorrow, it's going to take everything out of me. I'm going to be so depressed and so down, but I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Because I remember her, you know, as the young woman that jumped out the bushes and said, either you whip his ass or I'm going to whip your ass. Now you tell me which one it's going to be. And, you know, she's been the one that taught me, you know, don't ever back down. And, you know, so, but Pam, I'm so glad that you're able to listen. And that, are you doing well?
I'm okay. I mean, you know, I have hope of someday leaving my house again, but I just wanted you to know, I sit there and go, oh, it's almost 3:00. Oh, great. I look forward to hearing you.
Thank you.
You are a blessing in my life during this difficult time. So I know you could be a better blessing to the one woman who raised you during her difficult time, and she's way worse than what I'm going through. And I have to tell you one thing. I visit my husband's grandmother when she was not doing well once a week. And every time I go, she'd hold my hand and thank me and say, I'm so lonely. Don't leave me. They're so lonely. They're so lonely. Right, and there's nothing worse.
I hear you, Pam, and I'm going to do it, but it's hard for me to watch my aunt. And she'll be fluid, and then 1 second she'll start talking about something that's out of left field, and you know it's dementia, and it's like, it's really, really tough for me. It's really tough.
I understand that because you're remembering her strong and raising you and what she was.
Right.
I get that part, but she needs you more now than ever.
Well,
she
I
really
hear you,
does.
Pam, and I will be there.
And we'll Dominic, I am going to keep you in my prayers. What's her name?
Thank you. Inez Carter. Inez Carter.
Miss Carter?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I will pray.
Thank you.
And I'm going to pray that God gives you an inner peace you never experienced before in your life.
Well, that would be wonderful. I wish that for all of us. Pam, thank you for the great call, for being a first timer, and thank you for being you. And hopefully everything's going to work out for you. Folks, it is time for a break. I am coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Well. I'm not the only one that's a Trump supporter. Rapper Nicki Minaj made a surprise appearance with Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, widow, at a America Fest Sunday conference where she took questions. And Nicki Minaj is urging young men to be more like President Trump. She says handsome, dashing, and boy, did she rip into, that is Nicki Minaj, California governor. She called him Gavin Newsom.
You had some fun words for Governor Newsom. I have to read these tweets because they're amazing and they are so funny. Okay, first one. We'll do this one. Unless you want to read it in your own voice. I think it'd be really great. Okay.
Oh, Gavy Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race that you will not win. Enjoy life. Peace.
Okay. One more.
Why not? Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha, not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav. The Gav nots. Gav not in. Gav out. Send in the next guy. I'm bored.
So I'm just going to let you riff. Like, I want you to say whatever you want to say to Mr. Newsom.
Dear Newsom, we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gavy Poo.
And that's rapper Nicki Minaj referring to Trump. She says he has given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and do it with your head held high. Nicki Minaj on President Trump. Line 2, Ben, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Ben?
Hey, Dominic. I wanted to share with you some, really bad news that we've had occur in our family, and maybe I can help, others that might be going through some of this. I am on speakerphone. I think that's a no-no. Is that true?
Yes, but we have a minute and 20 seconds left to the show, so go ahead, Ben, and tell me what you want to say.
So we lost our son. I'm sitting here with my wife on Tuesday.
I'm sorry to hear
took his own life. And the message really is, if anybody is struggling with someone who appears to be depressed and it doesn't seem it's that severe, trust me, it might be a lot worse than you think. I mean, what started out as just a standard Tuesday, and he went to a doctor's appointment with my wife, and he came home, and I made lunch, and in the early afternoon, he was gone. I mean, we had been struggling with some issues along the way. That this last few months, we started to recognize what appeared to be some significant depression, but we're not mental health professionals. And the concern that I have for folks is that
Ben, listen to me for a second. Is it possible you can call me at either 3 p.m. live today or again at midnight? I don't want to cheat you out of time. This is an important conversation to have. You have my deepest condolences to you and your wife. Can you call me at 3 or midnight? Can you do that, please?
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Ben. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.